Hello, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be the solar eclipse energy reading for August 21st, 2017. So this will be tuning into the Leo solar eclipse energy. Truth, which is judgment. Okay. Got a little visitor. Okay, so and the throat chakra card is at the bottom of the deck. So there's that Mercury influence there, which represents communication. It's like the energy that surrounds this is going to be judgment, it's truth. But there's positive movement here because a lot of people, you're just like your mama, baby. You're just like your mama. But the Eight of Positive Movement is like the Eight of Pentacles, but for some reason I feel like this is more like an Eight of Wands type of card or energy. But there's positive movement on the forefront, but like the Eight of Pentacles, it is worked for. You do have to work. So if you've been, it's kind of like the Judgment card too. It's the Truth card that the baby's laying on. Sorry about that, mama. Okay, then you got the Truth card. Like I said, this is Judgment. I feel like if you've acted, I get Justice energy too. But if you've acted in a just way and you've been putting forth positive energy overall, because we can't say that we're all positive all the time. We're always in the light mode and good vibes all the time. That's impossible. We're human. But if we work from a place of good intentions, I feel like this energy will progress you forward positively. There'll be nothing but positive things on the horizon. And it sounds so Disneyland and fairy tale, but it's really the vibes that I get. I feel like it's definitely truth with the 8 here. We're in the 8th month. So I do feel like there's an emphasis on that we should expect nothing but positive things, especially if we put that positive energy out there. Our intentions are good, especially if we step out in this solar eclipse with good energy and positive intent. That's also powerful. Then we have the 6 of Memories of Love. Sorry about that, baby. So this is like the 6 of Cups. Okay, so like I said, if you watched my weekend reading, I did state that things from the past would be resurfacing, and that does have something to do with that Mercury retrograde energy. But not only that, the Truth card is like, you remember the Judgment with the dead awakening, you know, the angel that sounds off their trumpet, that revelation energy from the Bible. That I feel like there's some things that need to resurface. Okay, there's going to be energy that's brought up that you thought was dead, and there's a reason for that, because I feel like you're going to get a lot of illumination for why those things were. Why did this person come into my life? Why did they leave? Why are they back? What did I not learn from this past experience? What did I learn? This could be lovers coming back, because for some reason, you guys, I feel like for love situations, this is going to be a very like strange occurrence, and things that just happen, like serendipity type of energy, unexpected things happening in your relationships, and not just romantically, really just all relationships. Like if you have family members that fell out 20 years ago, they could come back and into your life and all is forgiven. That's the type of vibe I get. People that you thought you lost touch with and never would hear from again, they resurface. And it's really because there's this energy of wanting to move forward positively, not wanting to hold any grudges, not wanting to be angry, following your heart as well. You know, it might trigger up some memories like, you know what, I really did care about that person. I really did value our friendship. I really did love that craft, that hobby I used to love. I miss my brother, I miss my cousin, whatever the case may be, and I feel like if you have positive intentions, it can revive a situation in a good way. Spiritual strength, you're gonna have to really, you guys, though, you're gonna have to you're going to have to pick and choose what energy you want to be in, and you need to have some strength, because I feel like this energy can take, what is the word I'm trying to say? This energy can can come at you sideways, and people can as well. Like, it can really test you. But I feel like if you ground yourself, it's important to ground yourself and your emotions and what your intentions are, so that you're not caught up and you don't backslide pretty much into some BS. I was about to say the bad word, but I'm not going to do that. But we have 2 of the waiting game. So you don't want this to be a cycle where you're indecisive. You don't want that. Any indecisiveness that you had in a previous situation, or something that's been long standing that you have been struggling with, you've been back and forth between this or that, them or this person, or that job, or this whatever you've been going back and forth on. I feel like here with the waiting game, this is going to come back again to resurface itself. Remember, things that you put on the back burner, whatever it is that you just put to the side, it's going to come back to life. That's what the judgment does. Okay, it's like a call to action. It's going to bring about things that you thought you put in the dirt, things that you thought were dead. You know, because it's like, even though we're dead, our souls still live on. So these things still have some energetic relevance. So they're still very much alive in a sense. You never really put them to rest, you know. So they're going to come back up, and I feel like you need to make a decision. The awareness card comes out. So this is like the Magician. Your crown chakra. You're going to need to work on your crown chakra, I feel like, this weekend, you guys. Meditation is going to be important. Maybe focusing and visualizing on what it is that you wish to materialize moving forward. What it is that you want this new beginning to symbolize for you. Because essentially, I feel like that's what it is. It's revitalizing us individually as people, because I feel like we kind of been not dead. We've been awake. We've been walking the path, but we haven't been stepping out in our truth, I feel. Not all the way. And I feel like now it's the time, like, because it's like Spirit has got us in a school almost. It's like we've went through all of these courses and everything, and now this is like the big test, it seems. Like, this is really the big test for us to decide whether or not we want to pass the test. Like, if we're studying, are we really studying? Have we been studying? Have we really been dedicating ourselves to what it is that we're doing? Are we really dedicated to what it is that we're graduating for? Like, what is it? Do we really want to be a doctor? Do we really want to be a psychologist? Do we really want to be a scientist? Do we really want to be a lawyer? Got to think about all of those things. And I don't mean just, I mean, it might mean that for some of you guys might really be dealing with some school situation or college or whatever, but do I really want to graduate high school? Do I really want to get out of this? Is this what I want to choose? Is this what I want in life? Because Spirit is giving you that opportunity to make a decision of what it is that you want moving on, moving forward, and focus on that. It's like the last days of school, you're focusing about getting out, what you're going to do with your life when you get out, how exciting it's going to be. I feel like that is where your focus needs to be with whatever your situations are specifically. I really just get positive movement forward. I really do. If you put your best foot out there, if you're focused on the positive, and it's not always going to be light and fluffy, because of course you're going to be tested in some way. Of course, things that are within you that you've been struggling with, that you thought you got rid of, is going to resurface itself, and you're going to have to just purge all of that out of you. You're going to have to clear all of that out. Some of you are going to have to communicate the real to somebody or to others, because it's things that you've been bottling up. You need to make a decision. Am I living my truth, or am I just following along because everybody says I need to go to college? Or do I really know what I want out of life? Am I doing this because I want to? Okay, you got to follow your soul's truth. That's a big thing. It's a very big energy that I'm getting. I want to pull a card from the Isis Oracle deck, because I feel like it's needed. Those cards have some very powerful messages. So I will be right back with those cards. Okay. Hope you guys don't mind me reading from the book, because I feel like it's gives us some good stuff out of there. I could read these cards off of my intuition, but it will take a while, you know. These cards are very, very powerful. Some people work with these on the regular. The Lunar Queen. Oh my goodness. Stop. Really. The Lunar Queen, you guys. That's crazy. The says the Lunar Queen, she of the celestial crescent. Yes. All right. So we already got something right there with the Lunar Queen. It's not a coincidence at all. So I'm going to read from the book, you guys. See what the message is that what we got here. We can get out of this. The Lunar Queen. Okay, here she is. So it says, there's a deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles of rest and replenishment as essential balancing to our actions of power and demonstration. You are asked to allow this replenishment for yourself now, trusting that you are in a cycle of creation that is about to shift into a new phase. Okay? Release and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. Isis is a lunar queen, understands that cycles of creative power and flow. Sometimes it can be hard to let go of a desire to force, control, and make things happen, to exert might and willpower to bring what you wish for into being by sheer determination, exertion and force. Yet the vast creative power of the feminine principle is in honoring and flowing with cycles of activity and rest, of releasing and force and surrendering into the perfection of what is happening right now, realizing that this actually brings us divine manifestation and creation more effortlessly and gracefully and to greater effect. The celestial crescent is the moon in her changing form. This oracle comes to you at a time when you are shifting from one phase in your spiritual and creative journey into a new phase. This is a time to pay deep attention to the messages of your body and allow them to guide you. Do you need to balance your activity with more rest? Do you need to be more actively creative, but from a more relaxed and allowing rather than demanding or forceful mental state? Or is it time for you to spring into action once more? Has the time come to take a step forward? Pay attention to any other card that you draw with the Lunar Queen to more fully understand which phase is most appropriate for you now. That card is Initiation at the bottom of the deck. Spiritual Testings of Ra, the Lady Isis, is what we got underneath the deck. Okay, so moving on. So these cards will help you connect with your inner wisdom and the guidance of your own body, wisdom for the greatest timing and unfoldment of your manifestation. Remember, sometimes more time in the oven prevents an uncooked meal. Sometimes we just need to wait a little longer. The quiet times are dark moon energies, the times when you will sense from your inner wisdom, your body wisdom, that you are in need of replenishment and pre-coagulation. The other times when you feel the inner oven timer has rung, it is time to get that delicious meal on the table. Your body will urge you to dance, to act, to communicate, to be bold, and take steps. These are all full moon energies. Your body will help you know where you are at, and what you need. The flow between the dark moon and the full moon and all phases in between in constant. In allowing that flow, even several times in a day or an hour, you will maximize your creativity and allow your life to manifest creative project after creative project, should you so choose. You will feel great harmony, wellness, and connection. This oracle is also a reminder that this feminine wisdom is not widely accepted in Western culture as yet, with its distorted view of what constitutes productive behavior. The Lunar Queen is quite radical. You will need to really believe in your own wisdoms and give yourself great support and trust your own body wisdom as you learn to operate in this more intuitive, flexible, responsive, feminine way. The oracle tells you that the Lady Isis and the spiritual guidance that cares for you completely encourages and supports you in being strong and giving yourself absolute permission to rest when needed, to honor your creative cycles for greatest productivity and quality. If you have been waiting to create something or feel frustrated in creating or your creative enterprises, the Lunar Queen Oracle also contains the message for you that something creative is within you and wanting to emerge. It is stirring in your unconsciousness, and soon it will be reflected more clearly back to you, and you shall be able to act. But for now, have patience. There can be much inner work required before the relatively sweet outer work of bringing the creative impulse into form even begins, such as it is a natural flow or creative flow at times. If you are already in the flow and want to know if this is the time to really let go and shine like the gorgeous full moon, the answer is yes. Trust and know that you are being guided by your own inner wisdoms and supported by she of the celestial crescent in the Lunar Queen, Lady Isis. All right, so that was the message, you guys. I hope that you've enjoyed this reading and that you find it beneficial and you take something from it and utilize the solar eclipse energy in a big, magnificent way is what I'm hearing. A magnificent way. Because it's out there for you. There's always going to be two sides. There's going to be that light side and there's going to be that dark side. But what side do you want to be on? What do you want to work from? What do you want to participate in? Okay. With the Leo energy, it's creative, it's courageous, it's pushing you forward, it's calling you to step out, be you, be authentic, figure out who you are. I am is that, you know, the first house energy. I feel like this is, but, you know, Leo, that's the king of the jungle. That's the king, the queen. So step out, you guys. Choose you. That's what I'm hearing. Choose you. Even if you have to choose something or choose someone, you're essentially choosing you because it's what you want to do. Do you feel me? So that's your reading, you guys. As until next time, you guys, I will see you for tomorrow's live, which I'm recording this Thursday, August 17th. Friday, tomorrow, I'm doing a live stream for the love energy for the solar eclipse. And that will be 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I hope to see you guys all there. As always, I'm sending you much love. And until the next reading, peace.